today, and today I'm looking at habits and patterns. So in our self-care retreat this week, today we were diving into what are the barriers that we come across, and we found some good ones, some phrases that we've kind of stuck with in our head, and this is our opportunity through Tai Chi to see where you might have barriers in movement, which could lead to the barriers that you have in your life. If you want to metaphorically work through everything, take an allegorical journey. Hey, Jeanette, and I bet you your grandson is there. I better blow him kisses today too, because I know he was going to come online with you again today. So good to have you. So today what we're looking at is how do you find where your barriers are and how do you overcome them through movement. And if there's a set in Tai Chi of movements that cause you a problem, then knowing how to stop, look at them, figure them out, and then work through them. That's how you get there. How do you face the fears and then you walk straight through them to the other side. And it's always glorious on the other side. So in Tai Chi, you can actually remember the set. Maybe you can't remember the set, but you actually know how some movement patterns go, and muscle memory comes in, and it starts to feel like ease. And as soon as it starts to feel like ease, your mind no longer has to work so hard, and then it's a relaxation, and there's just so much more that can happen. But you got to walk through that first fear. So let's start off. And if I have a little grandson joining us today, hopefully Grandma gave him a spoon or something to hold on to. Let's come a little bit closer. All right, and we started with seated saber yesterday, and we were working on trying to displace the least amount of air. So being very smooth through everything. So now what we're going to look for today, we'll do the same pattern, but we're going to look for today is how does the move feel and where do I come up with a block? So the first block could be you don't know what the next move is going to be, or you don't know if you can move that way. And just be aware, that's it. And then we can go back to it. So now I can't see or talk to any of you, so I can't turn around to the class and say, how does that feel? Which is how I normally would do it. So what I'm just going to do is be intuitive and anticipate what you're going to say. So I'm going to do the set as if those people are going to be watching this are participating at the moment, because I know lots come on afterwards. And wherever I get a block, that'll be the place that people will need me to spend time. Okay, so that's where I'm going to focus. Okay, so we put the bow in. Let that come through. And then let that go. Sink. Okay, so we're going to the right. Bring that through. Fist is going to come forward. Open and expand through the back. Let that come down. Right hand is going to come up. Let that go. Change hands with your saber, or your wooden spoon, or your stick. It's coming down. Roll that up. Roll that through. Let that come around. Sweep. And this seems to be nice and easy for people. Prior to that was a little bit tighter. So I think I may have found where we need to spend some time. Then you have forward, backward, and then let that come forward. And push out. Over the top, all the way through, over the top, straight down. Expand, cross, down to your hip. Roll the blade up, think it's rolled the blade up. Come around and out, over and around, changing hands. Expand, lift, comes through, open, two hands, straight down. That's going to come up. All the way around. Oh, you guys are leading me through. That's the second really big one. Down to the hip. Roll that through. Beautiful. And push out. Drop. Lift. Sink and lift. Sink and lift. Sink and lift. Sink and lift. All the way around and down. Backward spiral, which we worked on yesterday, over the top, over, over, okay. Hey, Mr. Greenwell. Thank you for tuning in. Okay. All right. So, taking the hands up, let's just do the bow. I put my saber down. I'm just laughing because there were two big blunders in there. And I realized I had said I would intuitively know where the challenge was, and you presented them both times. So that's wonderful. Okay, so the first one. Well, one of them, let's put it that way. Let's look at this one seated, and then I'll stand up to do it. Okay, so you have, this comes down. This is going to turn up, and then this went over, all the way around, down to your hip, roll it up, pass it through, and then turn out. Okay, so let's do that again. So we've got a two-handed chop, sink. Push into the feet to sink back. This comes up the spine, straight up. Then this is going to reach out over the top, down to your hip. Then it turns up, passes through, and pushes out. Now, what happens for people is when we're doing this standing, you're facing one direction and then you face another direction, and everybody's always looking over their shoulder to see what's next. That's where the block comes in. So if you think in terms of where you have challenges in other things, think about when you have to change your perspective. So you're looking in one direction and you're going that way, and then all of a sudden somebody says, oh, I need you to come over here, and you have to turn and change your perspective or your direction, and that can be enough to throw you off. So that little lesson is sitting right inside this beautiful movement. Okay, so let's do it one more time, and what I'm going to do with it then is take it to standing. Okay, so you've got two-handed chop, push into the feet. The spine is going to roll up. This comes straight up the spine. Then you've got expand, weight in the left foot, all the way around, all the way over, down to your hip. It continues out of that to roll up at the side. Then it turns and it slices straight across the middle and push out. So that's the seated version of it, but let's go to standing. And again, you are going to be turning from one direction to another direction. So when you're watching me on the screen, you know what the movements are. Let's see if we can walk it through. So you would be able to do them without having to try to turn your head around to try to watch me. Okay, so I'm just going to push this up here a little bit so we can see this. And again, Facebook does these lovely little things in the middle. Okay, so it's gone. Okay, so two-handed chop. If this is my front, then I actually would be turned to my left. So if this is the front, I would be turning to my left to do the two-handed chop. So if I do the chop, this is going to come up the center, then I step patois, this pulls around, keeps going, step pigeon-toed. Now I'm turning all the way to what would be my back, so it's a quarter turn, down to the hip. The blade circles up. I step out with my left foot and it's going to face to the corner, the back corner. And I'm going to bring the blade through into the corner, turn the blade over, step my feet so they're parallel, and I'm going to spiral down into my right leg. This is a fantastic move where everybody gets lost. Okay, so here's the front. I'm turning to my left. Okay, and I'm not sure where my feet are when I go to do the two-handed chop, but I'm just going to leave them where they are. Okay, so I'm going to step patois, which is I'm going to turn my whole right leg around. And I'm going to shift from the back leg so you can feel your hip open, shift all the way around into my right leg, and this hand keeps going, step pigeon-toed. Hand is now going to circle behind you, come around. My left toe is facing to the back right corner, and then I get to do a toyu. So I step with my right foot straight to the back, and I'm going to come down to my hip. Okay, so let's just do that little piece again. In terms of movement, you have your whole right leg, which is going to open, but you have to let the left leg release. The only way to do that is you have to be down, sitting down into the movement to get it to open. And then when you come around from opening, then you come around and it goes in. So now you have this squeeze that comes in and then the back is going to open up. So you have a significant shift that happens. You also have this pulling. And as you open up that hip, you're also opening the shoulder. And then you have a change where now you're going to bring everything in. I'm exaggerating it so you can see. Step and then line it up. So if you heard me talking before about cloacals are information sources that go back between body and brain that are about the shoulder seams and the hip seams. And the information that comes out of those two major joint sections is telling all kinds of information back to the brain and into the systems. So there's a lot of information there. This move, if it gives you a challenge, is changing the way the information is being relayed in the body. So if you persist to get the movement down, you will significantly change how your body functions, but also your ability to change in space to do things. So to try something new, it won't bother you to move a different way because you'll be so used to expanding and contracting. Okay, so I was missing this first part. It goes, I couldn't remember it, but I guess that means that's part of what people were struggling with. So left foot, right foot forward, it should be sink. And then shift back into the left foot. And this should roll up the center and go right up the spine and your knee comes up. Then step patois. So I apologize for missing that. Comes over. Step pigeon-toed. Sink. Step. Comes down. So now, you're watching me trying to figure out how to put it all together. So use my voice, don't watch me. I'm just going to walk through it and try to say the words, and you try to put it into your body so you feel comfortable. So your left foot is to the corner, your right foot is straight to your left side, and you do a two-handed strike. So that's a toyu. Sink back into the left foot, let the back open, the blade rolls up, you lift your knee, you step pakwa to open your right side. Push through the left foot. Blade goes all the way over your head. Step pigeon-toed. Sink. Open that lower back. Step with your right foot to the back. And the blade comes back by your hip. Okay, so let's do it again. Two-handed chop. Sink back. Blade comes straight up the center. Over, expand, bring it through, sink, down to your hip. Okay, so now let's expand from there. So you're going to turn the blade up to your right and you rise up on your right foot. Step your left foot towards the corner as you turn the blade over. So you're just turning your hand over. I shouldn't say that, your arm. Push through from your right foot to your left foot. That gives you a slice. Step parallel, so your feet are both on the same line, but their toes are facing into the corner. Turn the blade over, and you're just going to guide it into your right leg. Okay, so I know I'm facing with my back to you, so I'll do it one more time this way, and then I'll turn around and face the other way. So you had comes through, sink, step with the left foot, turn it over, pass it all the way through, step into the corner, and push out. Okay, so now I'll do it facing the other direction. So I would be here. Step with my left foot, turn the blade over, passes right through the middle, step into the corner, sink. Okay, it's a beautiful transition in your hips. So if they're tight, this is a nice move for that. There's also at lower dantian and at the belly button, there's a back and forth kind of a pull as you get open, close. And that's just giving a little extra pull. So if anything's tight in there, that'll let it go. So let's try again. I'll face the different direction this time. So I'll pretend this is my front. So I'm going to turn myself around just in case it helps you to see any particular move. So that would be my front. So I am going to turn to my left. And I am going to go two-handed chop, sink back, come right up the front of the chest, step pakwa, opening that right leg as far as you can, take it over, step pigeon-toed, sink down into that left foot, straight to what would be your back. Blade rolls up, step your foot towards the corner, blade comes through, and then step and push out. Okay, for me, that's starting to feel smoother, which means that for you, because I'm tuning into whomever is going to be watching this, I'm tuning into where the challenge will be, and that seemed very smooth. So I'm going to do it one more time, and then I think we may have it. Okay, so two-handed chop, sink back into the left, this goes up, step pakwa, step pigeon-toed, sink, step, comes out, roll that up, step and come through, step into the corner, sink. And then it would be up from there. Okay, that gives you that beautiful little sequence. The other sequence that was a challenge was near the beginning, and you had done right here. It travels down, it rolls up, it rolls through, and it comes out. Look familiar? The action is almost the same. And it wasn't like a really big blunder here, but it was like a pause. So hopefully on the last bit that we practiced, that makes turning this blade up and rotating it under. It's the same move. So hopefully that's going to help him feel a little bit better. Okay, so what happens is on this one, if we go from step back, the spiral. Okay, except I'm on the wrong foot. So let's go from the beginning. That's going to be the easiest. So sink into the right, open the back. Now take the whole left leg right from the hip, open it up, and turn it. Expand. Drop the tailbone. Sink back. Push out of the right. Come back down. Step with the left foot, and you're going to push out. So now this is going to rise up. Toe goes out towards your corner, and you're going to slide down the leg, roll it up, sink, roll it the other way, bring it right up in front, right on the har line, step, and spiral out. Okay, the har line, H-A-R-A, they refer to lower dantian as the hara. So it could be that spot, but also there's a line that passes through third eye crown and then goes up, what they call your North Star, and then you have your Earth Star. So there's this line that is like right down your center. So when you bring this and bring it up, you're bringing it up, right up that line and pulling it up. As you do that, you're opening your spine. So this action here, this scoop, is changing your hip. And then as you come up, there's a lift in the spine because of the direction of your hand. It's changing the dynamics of that right hip. Okay? So it's a really great action to work with. You also can probably feel how that arm feels turning. For some people, there might not be that much rotation possible, so that comes with a little bit of time. Okay, so we go from sink and expand, drop the spine, open that whole leg, step patois. This goes up and out, sink, step back, pushing up, let that go, sink. Step with your left foot and push out. Left hand comes up, right toe goes out, slide down, through and roll up, step, drop, through, comes right up the center, turns over, and then this goes spiral. Coming back out. Okay, now that's feeling pretty smooth. So again, I'm being receptive to whomever is going to be watching this, and I'm feeling like that's feeling okay. So let's do just one more time, and then hopefully any blocks that you had in opening to the left and moving through, this will be gone. Push, spiral, step with the left foot, sink and push out, lift, drop down the leg, comes through, step, comes through, roll it over, and out. Right, good. Okay, so that's a little bit with Sabre. I know there was one more spot, but I think the smoothness we achieved here, I'm just gonna let Sabre go for now. All right, so now changing directions. Fair Lady Shovel in Tai Chi. That's one where everybody goes, ah, and again, it's changing direction. But In Tai Chi, we face each of the directions for the value of what those directions mean to us. Also the opportunity to see everything in all directions. And we don't just get there by going, oh, I'll just look around. We don't. We start in one corner. This is the front. My right hand goes up. I go to my right corner. That's the first corner. And I don't just go over to the left front corner. I actually look all the way around until I get to the left corner, which is a little bit different because you're seeing all possibilities till you get to the left corner. Then you go back to the back left corner and you see that option, but then you see the left front corner, the right front corner, and you finish in the right back corner. So you didn't actually do this last little section in here, but you saw everything and you got to repeat it back. Okay, so that's really important, and also facing each of the directions. And in Tai Chi, we face all directions by the time we've done the set, which is really important. Okay, so let's go from whip to one side, and we're going to Fair Lady Shuttle. And if I get stuck somewhere, then I know intuitively that's what is happening for people, that's where they're stuck. Okay, and then I'll be able to work through that. So we have a whip to one side, and then you sink into the right, turn the whole left side around, sink into the left, spiral on your right toe, sink. Step with your left foot into the corner, and then spiral out and unwind the hands, and then you're going to come back into your right foot. Turn your left foot to the back, cross the hands, place your right toe where you want to finish in corner number 2. Turn the left toe and reach out, expand the hands. This goes up to cross hands, sink. Place the left foot, expand. Sink back into your right. This is exactly the same as the other one. Turn your left toe to the front, sink back. Place your right toe where you want to finish in the last corner. Flip your left toe, step, reach out. Then we would come up, hold the ball, which is bringing the energy in. Left grass bird's tail, hold the ball into grass bird's tail. And that gives us that nice pattern on the end, which is nice breathing, massaging, opening up. Okay, now some people have a challenge, which is why we do the seated foot exercises. Some people have a challenge spinning on their heel or spinning on the ball of the foot. And I know as soon as I say that, you say, no problem, I've got it. Because it's like, yeah, that's the heel and that's the toe, no problem. Until we put it into these movements. And then something happens that you don't want to spin the way that it is set up, you want to spin the other way. That would indicate whether it's problems getting to the front, which is going forward, or problems coming to the back, which is looking back. So you've got a forward and you've got a back. You have your front dimension and your back dimension. So if you have trouble moving in a particular direction, it'll show up on this move. And so how you decide to flip the foot will tell us where the problem is. And if you know you have that problem, if say you don't want to do the back part, the back dimension, that means you'll always turn around to do something. You won't back up, and you won't back up and turn. You'll want to go forward. And so it starts to change the way you act in your movements and the kinds of actions that you'll do and activities you choose. And you don't realize you've eliminated anything, you just go where it's comfortable. But this is a way to change that. Okay, so we have whip to one side. This is my front. I'm looking to my left, and I'm just going to push out. Sink back into the right. Turn the whole left side in. Spiral on the right ball of the foot. So your heel is up and the ball of the foot is spiraling. Sink. Step your left foot into the corner and expand. Sink back into your right foot. Turn the whole left side. You're going to spin on your heel. Your toe is raised up and you're going to turn it to face the back wall. Put your weight into that left foot. Put your toe down where you want to be. Now, you can't see my foot. I'm just going to move so you can see it. You're going to flip your left toe and then place your foot to reach out. Now, for a lot of people, that's a challenge. Cross the hands, step, reach and expand. Okay, here it comes again. So you sink into your right foot. Pick up your toe, turn your foot to the front. Sink. Place your right toe where you want to go, which is the back right corner. And now I've got to pick up my left toe. Step and reach out. And again, that's the spot where most people, they'll put their foot down and they'll try to turn on the ball of the foot and put your feet further apart and trouble. Okay, so you want to place your foot, flip up the heel, turn the toe, and then it'll come around. Okay, so I'll do that again. I'll try to stay down so you can see my feet. So sink back into the right. Turn the left side. Spiral the right foot around on the ball. Sink. Step left foot into the corner. Expand. Sink back into the right. Turn the left toe to the back. Sink into the left. Place your toe. Flip your left toe. Place your foot. Unwind. Cross. Step to the corner. Spiral. Sink back into the right. Flip the left toe. Sink back. Place your right toe and flip the left toe. Step, reach up. Hold the ball. Left grasp bird's tail. Hold the ball. Grasp bird's tail. We'll just finish this off because it just feels good. We've worked on this move so much, so many different ways. Sink back. That's going to be spinning on your right heel. Your toe comes up to do that. Spiraling on the ball of your left foot. Sink and reach. And I know you couldn't see that. Okay, so I think that helped even that little piece out. Okay, and so what I want to do now is take us to where we were with low cup yesterday. We were displacing the least amount of air, and we did that by doing this beautiful little move, which reaches out, comes around, turn, reach out. And I would like to go to that same location because again, you're doing that spin on the heel and you're opening the whole hip open. The socket and everything is turning. So it's not just your toe, it's everything turning. And there's such a beautiful wind up in here and then an unwind that really changes how the body is responding to itself, I guess is the best way to say that. Okay, so if you take I'm making you the front. So if you take your right foot and step forward, your right hand is going to push out, your left hand is pushing down to the floor, and I'm just going to repeat what I did yesterday. So if I sink back into my left foot, my left hand comes behind me while my right hand does a sweep past my head, palm goes up to the ceiling, and now I'm going to spin on my right heel, step, step open. This is going to come out from the center, down into the danu. Now, spiral into that right foot. Hand keeps coming up, turns over the top, whole left side turns and push off your right foot, step, and then this is going to expand into the Danyu. Now this one, you spiral your right foot by moving the heel out. Sink, hold the ball, sink, and reach out. I'll just finish this off. Step, sink, wipe, wipe, and right here your toe comes up. Step, step, lift. Okay, so a lot of action coming in those feet. Again, how you step forward onto your foot, how comfortable you are moving forward, and to be able to step back, spin, somehow feel comfortable doing that, not losing your balance. That's a big deal. Okay, so step with your right foot. This is going to sink back. Comes up over the head, turn. Step open, sink. Turn and expand, up over the top, turn all the way around, step open, sink. Now, let your right heel turn, hold the ball, comes up, sink. Reach out, hold the ball, reach out, wipe, wipe, there's your toe comes around, change your weight, rise up. Okay, let's do it one more time. Sink back. Roll past your face, turn that right foot, step open, expand. That was interesting. Turn the whole leg around. Step open, push out from the center, turn your heel, hold the ball, step and reach, step and reach, wipe, wipe, toe comes around to the front or facing forward where you are, and up. Okay, I chuckled because my knees were like complaining about going down into the Danyu, and then after all the opening and closings, my hips have released. It's just like, just drop down into the Danyu, no pain. So my feeling is you probably were experiencing similar. It's much easier to go down and come back up as soon as you've opened the hips. And these actions of what I've chosen today to move with has allowed you the opportunity to really experience everything opening and expanding. So thinking about where the hardest moves are, where you might not understand the footwork very much, take time with them. They're really, really insightful. And you will notice changes happen in your body. So if you just did that little movement pattern for a couple of days, you would after a couple of days be just, it'd be like, yeah, whatever, I can go in any direction, I can do anything that needs to happen. And you may notice, you start to say things differently, and you start to go and do things differently. Really interesting. Okay, so this gets us to wiping the table, hands come up. I have a sneeze. Excuse me. Okay, now this is make noise to the east, hit the west. So it comes up, sink, hold the ball. Okay, so what I'm going to do with this is you're doing this little massage through your feet, and there's a release that's happening with the heel. So I'm just going to do that again because it may be something you don't do, and you like stand on your whole foot all the time. And to feel really comfortable down in one foot and the ball of the other foot with the heel coming up, it's okay. Okay, so you've got lift up, expand right through the top of the head. And then it's going to sink, back opens, up, sink, hold the ball, step with the left, reach. Hold the ball, step. Hold the ball, step. Okay, now this is one that's always a challenge. Comes back. I'm just going to move back so you can see my feet. Comes back. The toe comes back. Push down into the foot and the hand together. Plant the right toe on the ball of the foot at the back. And then reach out with your claw. So you have a claw here and a claw there. It's Green Dragon reaches his claw. Sink. And there's a weight in the left foot, but also the steadiness that comes from that right foot. Okay, so then you would sink back into the right leg, turn the whole left side, expand and go up through the spine. And this takes us into a snake, which is a one-legged doggy on the left. Pick up the right toe, spiral all the way around and out, which we've done before. Okay, so now I have pushing into my toe at the back on my left foot and sinking down in my right foot. So if I wanted to lift, I wouldn't go anywhere. Okay, so let's do that little sequence again. It's so much power. Again, you're really shifting back and forth between the feet. And again, that could be very uncomfortable for some people. Okay, so you're up, nice and tall. Sink, lift. Sink, hold the ball. Step, reach. Hold the ball, reach. Hold the ball, reach. So now this is going to go into the left hand into your right foot. Turn the left toe, reach down, reach up, plant your foot, sink into the right, drop down into it, turn that left toe, rise, and now your foot is going to go out, you're going to sink, heel goes down, spiral, open that whole right side, leg and arm, all the way around, step, and this will push through. Okay? And again, if we talk about opening those hips and opening that arm, that all the way around, it's so beautiful. Feels really good. And again, those cloacals are really getting the opportunity to expand and contract and send better messaging up to the brain, to put space in between those joints, which means you know that you're going to have more information going out to the arms and to the legs. And that means a lot to the knees and the ankles, to the elbows and the wrists, and then out to all the bones in the hands, as well as in your feet. Crazy, hey? Start talking about all the connections, and there's so many. Okay, so you are lift, sink, expand, sink, hold the ball, reach, hold the ball, reach, hold the ball, reach, comes back, into the left, move your right toe, up, dig, sink, lift and expand, sink and drop, open everything up, rotate it all the way around, push out of that back foot, step, and through. Now if you think metaphorically, you turn all the way around, stationed on one foot, the other foot there for support the whole time. So you're always supported. So being able to come all the way around is really beautiful. Okay. Jeanette, it's the full diaper move. You were right. Totally right. Big, open, and wide. I love it. Okay, so let's do it one more time. And now that you know about that pushing around and seeing all perspectives, now you've been watching me, you try to do it without looking at me, just follow my words. Okay, so we are coming from, hand comes up. Sink, look to your left. Sink, look to your right, hold the ball. Step, and reach out left. hold the ball. Step, reach out, right. Hold the ball. Step, reach out, left. Sweep, move your left toe, dig your right foot, claw goes out. Sink back onto the right. Turn that left side. Expand all the way through the body. Reach out. Open everything up. Spiral all the way around into your right foot. Step and through. So busy calling all the names out, forgot to look around. I think I did. I wasn't really aware. So that's one of the things, would be to be able to see everything around you, and also to not see everything around you. To be able to focus in exactly where you want to finish, or sometimes to see everything so you know what all your possibilities are. Okay, that gives you lots to work with, and some moves that were really broken down. Again, find the moves that give you a challenge, spend time with them. Face the fear, you can do this. If I learned how to do it, you can learn how to do it. Everybody can do it. So face the fear, jump right through it, figure the move out, and then you'll be able to expand your knowledge from there. Okay, thanks for being here. Good to see you, Jeanette. And I will see you tomorrow with Terrific Thursday. Okay, take care.